So obviously now I've just got a story to tell. Do you know what I mean? I'm halfway through building this house. So the story that's happened now, it's happened from a young age. What, from 15? What? No, say 13, 13 to now. So 8 years. It's an 8-year story so far. I'd say I'm halfway through this story, which is basically like building a house. So the house isn't complete, the story's not complete. But I know for a fact I've got a story to tell wherever I go, whether it's being successful or whether, I meet new people. I've always got a story to tell, you get me? So I'm gonna just go straight into it now, yeah? So, young boy in school, secondary school, obviously everyone has that one dream, being a footballer, you get me? Or just being famous, rich and famous, all of that. Then my life took a big downfall at the age of, I think it was just after I turned 13. Yeah, just after I turned 13. I was living up in Erdington, my mum, brother and sister. Moved out of our nan's house, everything was going good. Mum starts driving, and then, she got ill. And when she got ill, I was I didn't think anything was wrong with her, do you know what I mean? Like, I didn't know what was wrong with her. She was always in and out of hospital and things like that. So I didn't really pay much attention because I thought she would, she was alright. So anyway, yeah, stuff started getting deep, I was getting kind of confused. I wanted to know a lot of stuff because my mum and my nan would always speak in confidence, you know what I mean? Like, well, confidential. To the point where my mum told me, listen, we got to move back down to nan's for a bit just because so she can look after me and things like that. So I said, yeah, fair enough. So me, my mum, my little brother and my sister, we moved back down to my nan's. Everything was going good, you know what I mean? My nan's looking after my mum. My nan was working as a nurse at the time at City Hospital. She'd been a nurse for over 30 years. She then had to quit her job to look after my mum full time. These times I still don't know what's going on. I was just a 13, 14-year-old boy going to school, secondary school, coming back every day, didn't know what was going on. And, the one day, Mum, I must have went to the hospital because my mum got put in hospital for something. And I went up there on the weekend, and then, that's when you get that drop of, I've got cancer and like things like that. So that time, I didn't know what cancer was, do you know what I mean? I didn't know what it was at all. I was, 14 years old. All I knew was that people die from cancer, and that's the first thought that I had in my head, you know what I mean? So I didn't know how to feel at the time, but I was like very, very, very upset. That's all I know. And that day, me and my cousin Zave, we were meant to be going ice skating, having a good day out. And when my mum told me that, I didn't want to do anything at all. I didn't want to do anything. So, after that, my mum was crying alongside me. She just told me she told me it would be alright, do you know what I mean? As everyone else would say. After that, my nan stayed with my mum. I went home. But as I've gone to the bus stop to catch the bus, I'm sitting in the bus stop just thinking, raw, my life just turned upside down. So I've texted my mum when I'm in the bus stop saying, oh, Mum, I'm sorry for everything I've done. Sorry for all the bad stuff I've done. She was like, oh, it's alright, man, it's all good, it's alright. You get me? So me and my mum were always close, being the first child as well. So that night, when I came with my cousin Zave, when I went to his house and I've spoken to my auntie, which is my mum's first cousin. So when I was speaking to my auntie, she already knew, but she was kind of comforting me because at the time she was the only person that I could speak to. I didn't have a close relationship with my nan then. It was just my mum and my auntie. My dad weren't around. It happens a lot. And she just told me how life is, what happens in life and things like that. So after that, when I was skating, totally forgot about it. Everything was going good, and then my mum's getting worse and worse and worse, to the point where she's now in a wheelchair. So I have to I've got to wheel her around in a wheelchair. Like when we're going shopping, we've got to catch taxi. She couldn't walk properly. She could walk, but not properly. She couldn't walk on her own. So You know, be going around the fort. We could be going around boring. And I'm pushing in this wheelchair, and you know, you got my brother and sister helping out as well. And then for a bit, my nan said that she had to go into some rehabilitation home. So in this rehabilitation home, you know, it was in Solihull, here it was, and you have all these nurses looking after you. You know, you get your own room, things like that. And we'd go to see my mum every Saturday, you know, see how she's doing. And they had her doing good, to be fair. You know, she was getting better and better. And I think it was, she was in there for about 2 months, two to 3 months. And then the one week they said to her, yeah, you're alright to go now, we can let you go. So I was happy, you know, my mum was coming back home, no better feeling. I was gassed, you know, mum said she's getting better. I'm thinking, yo, this cancer can't do nothing, man. You know what I mean? So my mum's strong, man. And then a couple weeks after she came home, she'd had her final chemo. And on the Sunday, we had, you know, little church sessions at the house with this pastor, which is a close family friend. And the pastor said that she'd been healed after her last chemo. So I said to my mum, Mum, are you healed now? And then she said, yeah, I'm healed now. I'm, you know, cancer free. I was like, yes. Like the feeling that I had at the time. And I remember writing a status as well on Facebook saying, and BBM, saying my mum's finally cancer free. You know, I had a lot of friends supporting me at the time. I was gassed, man. Proper happy about it. And yeah, the one Friday I'm coming back from work. No, sorry, not work. Coming back from school. I was in year 10, 15 years old now. I had a football trial to go to. If you know about Continental Stars, yeah, if you know, innit? So obviously my boy Lamar said, yeah, come up. So I'm coming back from school now. I think was it May? It was May times. And come back home and there's an ambulance outside my house. So I'm thinking, well, what's going on here? I was just about to come home, get ready for football and just go, do you know what I mean? I've come back and I've seen like all these people in my mum's room, like, you know, thinking what's going on. My mum just laying flat on the bed, and you know, I went up and said, Mum, you alright? She was like, yeah, I'm alright. But what happened is she had her last chemo, and what it does is it lowers the immune system right down. So when it lowers the immune system, you can catch any cold, anything, you know, like very easily. So it's one of them ones where my mum was really, what's the word called now? What's the word called?
Fragile.
Yeah, she's very fragile. Yeah, she was fragile. And she was very weak and, you know, like she had no life in her. And I said to my nan, what's wrong with her? She said after her last chemo, she didn't have anything to eat, nothing to drink. And that's what it does to you, it wears you out. My nan was trying to force it down there, like eat something, drink something. My mum wasn't having it. So just before I go to these football trials anyway, I said to my Mum, can you help me with like my diet and that? You know, because I wanted to get in shape for football because I was doing good. She's like, yeah, don't worry, we'll do that next week, man. We'll do that next week. I was like, yeah, alright then, that's cool. And I remember they put her in this wheelchair kind of thing and they, you know, brought her downstairs. And I remember they wheeled her out the door backwards so that she was facing me at the door. And all I remember is waving goodbye to my mama says. And I waved at her and she waved back as she was getting put in the ambulance. And I said, I shouted to her, I go, Mum, I'll see you tomorrow or Sunday. So she goes, yeah, I'll see you then, Shaq, I'll see you then. So they put her in an ambulance, took her away. That time I couldn't go to the football trials, man, because I was just too upset to go, man. Weren't in the right kind of mind frame, do you know what I mean? So what I did then is the Saturday night come now. And I was a little 15-year-old boy, gassed about buying earrings and all them things there. So I remember I was on the bus and I was coming from back from town. And must be texting my mum, Mum, can I buy earrings? Can I buy earrings? She's not answering. So I'm belling my nan. Saying, Nan, can you ask Mum if I can buy some earrings? Because my nan was at the hospital with her at the time. My nan's like, can't talk right now. I was like, please, Nan, can you just ask her? And with my stubborn self, you know, I'm just not like, you know, I'm being too persistent with it and I'm not letting go. And I'm thinking, I was on the bus thinking, oh man, you know, I was getting stroppy and all sorts, man. And but that night, went back home, chilling. My nan said, yeah, she's stopping overnight so we're gonna go see her tomorrow. I was like, yeah, fair enough, we're gonna see her tomorrow then. I was happy about seeing my mum. There was just something about that day, that Sunday, I was just happy about seeing my mum. Do you know what I mean? And then, what do you know? I went to a party that night. I said to my nan, can I go to a party? She's like, yeah, be back by, I think it was 1 in the morning. She said, be back by 1. I said, alright, cool. So I went to this party now. We was only around the corner and drinking, you know, not heavily, just, you know, tipsy as you do, 15 years old. Went back home. I've woke up the next morning and I can just see a lot of people downstairs, don't know what's going on. I'm on my phone, you know, texting my friends, oh yeah, mad night, oh gassed, yeah, hard night. And then, I can't remember who shouted me. I think my nan shouted me downstairs, or my pastor or something. And I've gone downstairs and there's, bloody hell, there's my nan, my brother, my sister, the pastor, my nan's sister. You know, we're sitting there, she goes, I'll have a seat. And everything's just silent for about a good 10 seconds, man. And I was just in so much suspense. And I must have turned to the pastor and and she's looking at me, my eyes so deep. And I said to her in like a worried kind of voice, how long left has she got? Or is she already gone? And then she goes, I'm sorry. And then my sister just started screaming down the place, and you know, everyone just started getting emotional, and it was just bloody, that was a roller coaster ride, I'm telling you. And you know, all my cousins and my other part of the family already knew about it. But the only way that I knew that my mum had already passed is because my nan's sister was sitting down there, and she came over from Jamaica for a few months, but she was sitting there on the settee with her head down, crying with her head in her hands, and I already knew, because you know, she gave it away. And I was just, at first I wasn't even crying, you know, it was just an emotion. It was like, I can't believe she's gone. I was literally just like sitting there for about 5 minutes with my eyes like this, just shocked. And everyone else was crying, you know what I mean? And then after that, I must have broke down. I'm ringing my cousin, my friend. My mum just passed away. It's all mad, rare. And, you know, my friends were really there for me. And then they said we had to go to the hospital to, you know, say our last goodbyes and things like that. So we all went up. And then me and my cousin got to walk in the room and see my mum there, just laying there, man. Just unreal. Like, you know, she weren't cold, but she was like warm going cold. You know, she was pale. And it was emotional, man. Like, I had to touch her for the last time, do you know what I mean? It was all mad. And then, you know, went home and I couldn't eat for a couple of days, like having the feeling of someone passed. It was the first time that someone so close to me has passed. And at the age of 15, my sister was 10 and my brother was 6 or 7 years old, do you know what I mean? And even me, like, even though I got the longest with my mum, you know, 15 years old, still young. So my brother now, just, that's why I try to do everything for my brother, man. Like, everything that I'm doing now is for my family, do you know what I mean? Because I've just got a blow. I've got to make it for them, simply. And you've got to use it as like a motivational tool. But yeah, couldn't eat for a good couple of days, man. I then carried on to play football at Birmingham City. Took part in our college course, which everyone knows about anyway. The first time round, I never got in because I had an injury with my knee, so I couldn't really play that much. Went to Jamaica, come back, seen a friend that already got in there. Saw them on the high street and they've said to me, Shaq, what happened to you, man? I says, had an injury, they didn't let me in. He's gone, email her back. Email the woman back and see if you can get another trial. I go, alright then, say no more. So if I email the woman, I go, because of that injury, can I have another trial? Is that possible? Now, because they hadn't started, I think they started pre-season. Yeah, they started pre-season, so right at the very start, she let me come for another trial 2 days later. Had my trial, got in straight away, thinking I'm so gassed right now, do you know what I mean? Doing everything you've ever wanted to. You left school, you're playing football for, you know, your hometown. Then you have college after, everything's just bliss. About 4 months after things weren't going right, you know, I weren't feeling the atmosphere. I just think, you know what, even though I'm doing very good at this course, I said it's not for me, man. So I left there. I was sitting at home. Yeah, fair enough, I was 17, but I felt broken bummy sitting at home until my nan said the one day, you gotta get up and do something. I said, oh no. Got up, went to a college, started doing my electrics, level 1. Not something that I wanted to do, I was just rushing around. Done my level 1, After I've done my level 1, I went on to do my level 2 at a different college. And yeah, it's great. Football's going good as well. Football's going sick. These times, while I'm doing my electrics level 2, I've just started gym now. You get me? But the gym was only to just get a bit stocky, just a bit big. But the gym's still in the shade. But yeah, started gym. I was doing electrics level 2. Level 2, I quit. I was back at home doing nothing. Then I applied for an engineering apprenticeship. Done my level 1 in that. Done my level 2 in that. I then left again. Only because one guy said to me in work, in the engineering apprenticeship, when I got to level 2, he said to me, he was like, what do you want to do for a passion? Because I know you don't like it here, I can see it on your face. I says, I either want to do football or gym. He's gone, okay, so realistically, what would you do right now? And I said, gym. He's going to do that then. Believe it or not, the next day, I left that engineering apprenticeship knowing what I wanted to do now at the age of, I think I was still 17, 18, but I knew what I wanted to do now. So I thought, yeah, I know what I want my future to be. So I then left. I said, you know what, I'm going to get a job, save up for a personal training course, and I'm just going to do gym. So anyway, time's passing. I got a job. I was there for 4 months. Tried to save up money. Worked until I lost the job because they couldn't take on no one else. Well, not take on no one else, but it was only a temporary job, so they didn't need me anymore when it came to January. So I'd currently applied for Jaguar a couple months before. When I finished that job, I must have went to my agency and I said, listen, you know, I need a job because they've just, you know, what's it called now? What's it called when they let you go? Anyway, they let me go, and I figured I don't know what I want to do. So the agent said, you've got a job for you, night shift, you start tomorrow night. So that night when I left the agency, I got a call from Jaguar Land Rover. Yeah, you've got in, Shaq, you start in 2 weeks time. There's me, I'm proper happy, I'm gassed. You know, I'm picking up peas now, thinking, yeah, gassed. Thinking I'm doing my gym as well. I said I'm going to be here for 2 years and I'm out. Been there for 2 years now and I'm still not out. Still haven't done my personal training course. I will be doing it. Well, you know what? I've got my papers now. I've got my papers, so my personal training courses. It's happening. It's all slow, but with gym has been the #1 thing at the moment. It's been my main priority. You know, I've got so big and back in the day, it was like I want to be known for doing something good. Thinking, oh, look at all these people out there. They're known, man. And now that I'm getting attention, I'm getting recognition for what I'm doing, it feels good, man, knowing, you know, I'm doing this all for my mom. But a lot of people don't know until now. Only you lot are realizing now, you get what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm glad to like kind of tell you lot what's going on and why I do the gym. People think I'm on steroids and things like that. Like I can't express it enough. I am not on steroids. There's people that are on steroids, yeah, and I've made a lot of further progress than them. There's people on steroids that are 3 times my size, probably a year younger than me as well. But now, man, I do my thing, man. I've only you know been on protein shakes and things like that. But you know, gym's come a long way, man. It has come a long way. You know, I'll be competing in 5 weeks. 5 weeks tomorrow. You know, that can lead to a lot of things, man. You know, putting my foot in the door. I could have sponsors. I could be traveling worldwide. I'm excited, do you know what I mean? And this gym career, because it's just took off so much, I can't stop now. I can't stop, and I know my mum would be proud of me. My mum would be too proud of me right now, do you know what I mean? So I just hope that I continue to prosper in what I'm doing, you know, make sure I have all my loved ones around me, supporting me as well. I'm doing my thing, man, and you know, I support other people as well, so it's all good. There's a lot of friends that I have that are doing different things, you know, DJing, everyday motivational life, you know. And I think that to grow, we all need to be, you know, coming together. Like, I don't think you can just be selfish and just get somewhere by yourself. It's not gonna work. It's just not gonna work, you know what I mean? Like, teamwork makes the dream work, man. And I think that, you know, when you all work together, like, only good will come out.
And who are you?
Me. So, I never introduced myself, but yeah, the name's Shaq Chana, 21. I'm going worldwide soon, you know. I'm going worldwide, and that's not being cocky at all. I'm just trying to say, yo, there's levels to this right now. Like, you get one life, you know. You can't say I'm not gonna be this, I'm not gonna be that. You just just look up so high and think, you know what, I want to be here. Who said you can't be there or there? Don't let anybody tell you where you can and can't be, because you know it's up to you. If you want to become a rapper, if you want to become a footballer, if you want to become a personal trainer, any little goals that you set yourself, you can do that. You know what I mean? No one can tell you rubbish.